You notice it's broken up into 5 different movements. The first movement, there's only one piece. It's called Darkness, and that's Tina's we helped some with the titling, but this one was Tina's title all the way. It makes it qualifies as a movement, in my opinion, because the piece really does touch on many different emotions on many different levels. Safe to say, this describes a very dark period where hope was at its very lowest points. And as you might expect from the title, the song is about the stroke coming on and then taking its hold, completely imposing its will on that day and for several long months thereafter. So, the first movement and first selection, Darkness. So, moving on in the story into movement number 2. This movement really takes place back at a time period where Tina had really begun to do outpatient therapy in earnest. We caught a break, and we got a little bit of a windfall in terms of insurance benefits. So there was a lot of OT and PT and speech. Progress was there, but it was slow, and then there was dealing with losing her teaching career and not being able to be quite the same mother at home to the boys, not having quite the same place in the home. In the first piece, Loss and Reckoning, the inevitable takes place in an accounting of what really realistically might be able to be regained is compared to what has been lost. The song is not totally downcast, however, as I must, no matter what, still gleans through. In the second piece, moving a little bit later on, given the distance of some more time, Tina does realize that she is becoming stronger and more sure of foot. Communication is very difficult, but she has found ways to break through. Getting her driver's license back becomes a very realistic possibility. She had a consult with a rehabilitative driving specialist, and that looked good. So seeing these small steps have in fact led to payoffs, you'll hear a more resolved and determined person showing through in the second selection. So now on to the music of movement number 2.